In this video, I'm going to go over 4 levers that you can pull to hit 6-figure months in your coaching business. So the lever number 1 that you can pull is having the right ad strategy. A lot of the people nowadays, I talk to a lot of people who run their own ads and are using the wrong ad strategy. They're using outdated methods. And the reason why is because they're not in this space where they're keeping up with the latest trends, because these algorithms and these ad platforms evolve really, really fast. So what worked a year ago isn't going to work this year, right? So this is one of the issues I see a lot, where people are running ads incorrectly. They don't have the right campaign structure. They're not running things efficiently, and they're not keeping up with the best practices that these ad platforms are actually recommending. So for example, Meta actually publishes exactly what you can do to get better results for your ad campaigns. So the ad strategy is one of the most important levers, especially if you want to use your ad spend efficiently. So if someone is spending $10,000 a month on ads and it's not working efficiently, they're not sending the right data back to the ad platform, they're not using the right structure, they're not using the right creative A/B testing strategies, then they're not going to be able to get the results that they want. They're not going to get the best ROAS and return on their investment. So that's number 1. Number 2 is your funnel type. So there's a lot of different funnels that you can run, right? Especially for your high ticket coaching business. So you can do something like a VSL funnel. You can also do a, let's say, free school funnel. You can do a webinar funnel. You can do a DM funnel, like IG DM funnel. So there's a lot of different mechanisms and funnel types that you can do for your business. And maybe you're just not using the right funnel type or the right mechanism, or maybe it's not optimized. So your funnel type is another lever that you can pull to get better results for your campaigns, right? And it really depends on, your business, where you're at, to really identify what the best funnel is for your business and where you can start off at. Uh, all of these are very effective, and some more effective than others at different stages, but also having the proper funnel type is important, right? Maybe it's just a regular lead form funnel where it goes to a setter, the setter books the call, etc. So having the right proper funnel is also very, very important. And the next thing is your offer and pricing. So I talk to a lot of people, especially people that are newer. They undervalue themselves. Like, I was talking to someone recently, and they're telling me that they charge 1,500 for their one-on-one mentorship. I was like, first of all, that is too low. Second of all, I asked them, I was like, well, from the people who've done your program, what are the typical results? And he was telling me that and he teaches people how to trade options, right? How to trade in the stock market. He's like, oh, well, I had one student that came in and now is doing 10 to 12K a month from just earning from trading options. I was like, okay, so you're charging 1.5K right now, and there's people that can make that 10K a month from learning your strategies. So this automatically tells me that you can charge more, because doesn't it make sense for someone to pay you 10K if they can make 10K every single month after that? He's like, yeah, that's right. So a lot of the times people undervalue and price horrifically. Like, you can't be scaling, charging a 1K one-on-one mentorship. Not only that, if it's a one-on-one mentorship, let's just say you get 20 one-on-ones. Imagine the fulfillment on that. So your pricing structure is really important. And another thing about pricing is, if you price too low, it's going to make it seem like they're not getting a lot of value from your product. And not only that, you won't get the respect that you really need. So if someone is paying you 20K, everything that you tell them, they're going to value it even more because they're like, well, I paid a lot of money for this, so this must be good. A, but two, you're also the respect and the amount of um value that person is going to give to you and what you're saying is going to be a lot higher. So you can't underprice your services. And another thing is, if you charge more, you're also able to reinvest that money to make your program or your product even better. And you can't do that if you're charging low ticket like this. So also, when it comes to dialing in your offer, you also want to make sure you value stack your offer. And when you explain it, you're a lot of the times in our products, there's steps in that product that we do that we don't actually mention in our offer. Like for example, for us, when we launch campaigns, it's so easy for us to be like, oh yeah, we'll just run your ads. But instead of just saying we will just run your ads, we'll be like, oh, well, we're going to come up with the right strategy. We're to improve your offer. We're going to edit your videos. We're going to write your script. We're going to do all of these things to help you to get from point A to point B. And a lot of the times what I see a lot is people don't say that all of those steps and everything you're going to do exactly for them, and value stacking your offer. And then the last lever that you can pull is your sales process. And this is a huge one, because one of the biggest things that we see is when we help people build a predictable client acquisition system through paid ads, is that then don't know how to follow up with the leads. They don't have a sales process in place. They don't know how to pitch. They don't know how to build the trust on the call. They don't even, I mean, this is not needed, but one thing that we recommend occasionally is to put it together a little small pitch presentation where you can show your case studies in case someone, has doubts, and be like, oh, well, look at all these case studies, putting that together, building the trust on the call, learning how to review calls, which KPIs to look at, what are your show up rates, right? What are your cost per book call numbers look like? So all of these components that are involved in your sales process are a huge component of you seeing the results that you want. So part of it is marketing and building a predictable client acquisition system that's profitable, and the other part is sales. So those are 4 levers that you can pull in your coaching business to help you hit 6-figure months. So if you like this video, make sure to check out this video over here. And if you want more tips like this, make sure to subscribe. Also, drop a comment down below, show some love, and stay tuned for the next one.